Friends and subscribers, welcome back to the cricket happenings, and this is going to be a pretty exciting cricket happening show today because we have one of those days where things were really hotting up, I would say. As you know, yesterday we had the big upset happening where even though Bangladesh qualified from Group A, they qualified from Group A. We did see that it was Hong Kong who actually upset Bangladesh yesterday, and it was a great sight there with host Bangladesh. Even though qualifying from Group A, they lost to Hong Kong. But today there was a real surprise in store for every cricket fan all over the world. Now, as you know, Netherlands have not done so well. They didn't do well in the warm-up matches. They didn't do well so far, and suddenly, can you believe it? Netherlands today went on shattering record over record by getting to a score. If you look, I mean, today's real talk has to be on Ireland versus Netherlands, because Netherlands has become the second team to qualify inside from Group A. Yesterday it was decided with Bangladesh qualifying. Today it was the turn of Netherlands to qualify, but they had to do it the hard way. But let me tell you, that was sheer determination. Can you imagine this? Going at a clip of 13.95 runs per over after Ireland put on a score of 189 for 4 on the board. Netherlands batsmen were absolutely determined to nail it, and what a way they did that, especially considering that Steve Myburgh, the opener, was the man of the match, and Cooper, and both of them pummeled the Irish bowling to all parts of the ground to bring this victory. And not only that, not only bringing that victory, but as I said, they went on shattering record over record today. First, they shattered the T20 record for the best run rate ever in a T20 match. That was one record. The second record that they had was to the number of sixes hit. If you look at the number of sixes hit, there were 12 sixes hit by Netherlands, and there were another, I think it was another 11 coming from Ireland. So considering that there were a lot of sixes hit, that was another record that was broken. And also to get a win and at a clip of 13.95 runs per over, that was something. It was absolutely scintillating stuff coming from the Netherlands. What a feeling. I mean, Ireland have been displaced. Ireland, probably one would have thought that Bangladesh qualified yesterday, and from Group B probably Ireland are going to qualify. But all those hopes were shattered today by Netherlands, who went on. As I said, they caned the Irish bowlers to all parts of the park. Well, just talking on that story, and it was pretty interesting too, because it was a 3-horse race going on. One was probably thinking whether it is going to be Ireland who is going to qualify, or probably, and especially considering that Ireland put on 189 for 4 of their 20 overs, one would have expected Ireland to qualify. And also there was another game which was happening between Zimbabwe and United Arab Emirates. Zimbabwe did their best to actually win that match against United Arab Emirates, and that really piled on the pressure on Ireland, and Netherlands had to actually get to the target. They had to really slam bang the Ireland bowling to get to the target. But well, they did that. I would say they did that in a pretty nice way, in the sense they didn't have any problems at all. The batsmen just went on with all guns blazing, and the Irish bowlers were left to look like real, I would say, looking like real minnows there in the park. Now, just talking about this particular match, and as I said, this particular match, everything hinged on this match. Zimbabwe, probably Brendan Taylor might have been hoping that Ireland win the match, and Zimbabwe had kept up a good run rate, so probably they would prevail. They were the ones who were to enter. So as I said, there was hope for 3 teams at that time. Actually 2 teams had definite hope, and that was Ireland and Zimbabwe. But Netherlands went on to squash all the hopes of both the teams, and really surprising everybody here in this 2000 2014 T20 World Cup by going ahead of Ireland and Zimbabwe and qualifying to get into the Super 10. What a proud moment here for Netherlands. Now Netherlands have qualified and Ireland are out. Well, there is something pretty difficult to think about, but well, the unthinkable happened today when Netherlands actually won this match. And let me talk about that match. I would first talk about that match, and also we will also talk about the Zimbabwe and United Arab Emirates match, which was a formality which I'll talk about. But also there was one more match which happened, and that was the mouth-watering clash and the meaty clash that happened between India and Pakistan. This was the first real World Cup match happening, and what a match we had. Well, India won it very, very comfortably in the end. But one thing that I would like to tell you, that India kept the record intact of beating Pakistan in every World Cup match that they played. Pakistan have defeated them in matches other than the World Cup. They defeated them in the Asia Cup as well, as you know. But as far as World Cup matches are concerned, Pakistan to date in the history of their cricket, international cricket, have never won a single, even leave alone a semi-final or a final. They have not even won a single match in the World Cup against India, and India are holding absolute sway over Pakistan. So I'll be talking about that match. So India have begun their campaign in a very grand style by getting their first win under their belt, and that would do them a lot of confidence ahead of the match which is coming up between India and West Indies, which will be played at Dhaka on Sunday in Group 2. So let's so the Super 10s have started today. So this was the first match of the Super 10 which started today, and India have beaten Pakistan. So but first I'm going to concentrate more on the Ireland versus Netherlands match, and then there'll be a lot of concentration on the 13th match. As I said, the Group 2 had started. This was the first match in Group 2 today. As I said, the Super 10s kicked off, and India were the ones who prevailed over Pakistan. Now, just talking about this game, first let's talk about the Ireland versus Netherlands game. Ireland were the ones who batted first. I'm going to cover the Ireland innings pretty briefly, but I will be talking about Netherlands, who shattered record over records in this particular match. So Ireland batted first and put on 189 for 4 of their 20 overs. William Porterfield, the captain, making 47 of 32 balls with 5 fours and 2 sixes. And then Peter Sterling was out for 7 of 9 balls with 1 4. Ed Joyce contributed 28 of 25 balls with 1 4 and 1 6. In the end, I mean, they were really in some sort of a bother at 88 for 3 in 12.3 overs. But then the partnership, which was Kevin O'Brien, who hit a punishing 42 of just 16 deliveries to slam 2 fours and 4 sixes in that unbeaten knock-off, and Pointer, who has been looking pretty impressive so far in this particular Ireland team in this T20 World Cup, had an unbeaten 50, in fact made 57 of 38 balls with 4 fours and 4 sixes, and 189 for 4 was the score for Ireland of their 20 overs. So they were going at a clip of 9.45 runs per over, and that was a very, very challenging score as far as Netherlands were concerned. Now Swart, 4 overs for 39. Let me not go into the bowling figures of the Irish. Let me talk about the Netherlands innings. That is the one which really takes the cake. And you know, Netherlands qualifying from Group B for the Super 10s. Now, just talking about the Netherlands innings here. Netherlands had a target of 190, but they had to actually reach that particular target in double quick time. They had to actually probably score that in probably 14 overs. But Netherlands actually achieved the target in just 13.5 overs. Such was the tremendous power hitting that was going on. Now Netherlands started off, one saw that the very first ball that the captain, the Netherlands captain Peter Boren played, it was dispatched to the boundary. And talking about Peter Boren, well, the opening partnership was also a very torrid affair, in the sense it was pretty electric stuff coming in from Steve Myburgh, the Netherlands opener, who really slammed the ball to all parts of the field. Not only that, the biggest thing as far as Netherlands was concerned. Yes, one thing that I would like to tell you, when I was talking about records, one thing that I would like to tell you, that Netherlands scored 193 for 4 in 13.5 overs at a clip of 13.95 runs per over to win the match. But the very significant thing that I would like to talk to you dear fans, friends, subscribers, is that 163 runs out of the 193 runs was scored in boundaries and sixes. Can you believe it? There's only 30 runs which came of singles and twos and threes. As I said, it was simply scintillating stuff coming in from the Dutch players. Now, Peter Boren and Steve Mygert started it, but Peter Boren contributed 31 of 15 balls with 4 fours and 2 sixes. He was gone. But look at the partnership that they made. The first wicket partnership, and they also scored the fastest T20 50 in international cricket, with Peter Boren and Myberg getting to the 50. I thought in some probably it was 3.1 overs if I'm not wrong. Such was the power hitting, and Myberg was just starting to really explode, I would say. Look at his knock. He made 63 runs of just 23 deliveries, 4 fours and 7 sixes, and 4 of those sixes was hit of one bowler who never ever bowled in this particular match, and he was the left arm spinner Andy McBride, who bowled 1 over, and Stephen Myberg slammed him for 4 sixes in that over to take 24 runs of that over, and one did not see Andy McBride coming back into the attack at all. Such was the power hitting. Myberg also deposited Sterling for 2 sixes, and then he went on to deposit 1 more 6 of the bowling of Murtag, the pace bowler, to collect 63 runs of 23 balls, 4 fours and 7 sixes. He was the one who really set the tone for this Netherlands innings with some very high, I would say high intense aggression coming in from him. 63 of 23 balls with 4 fours and 7 sixes, and that was the only way Netherlands had the target in hand and a target in mind, and they definitely went after it. And then it was the turn of Tim Cooper to combine along with Wesley Baresi, the wicketkeeper batsman. And Tom Cooper just started off in absolutely the way Myberg started, and he went aerial. He actually turned his attention, like how Myberg actually went after Andy McBride, the left arm spinner. Once again there was another left arm spinner who was really taken to the cleaners, and this time it was the turn of George Dockrell, the left arm spinner. Normally George Dockrell is a very economical bowler, does not concede lots of runs, he keeps it to a minimum, he takes wickets, but today look at his figures. 3 overs no maiden, 43 runs on 1 wicket, and he was absolutely I would say, what to say, he was absolutely carved by Tom Cooper, who went to hit him 3 sixes in a single over. And in all, Tom Cooper continuing and taking a leaf out of Myberg's book, slammed 45 of just 15 deliveries with 1 4 and 6 sixes, and after that to take them to victory, it was the turn of Wesley Baresi to come in, and he started doing the pyrotechnics. He started the pyrotechnics by hitting an unbeaten 40, and also brought up the Netherlands victory in 13.5 overs with a grand 6 of the bowling of Murtag, and he was not out on 40 of 22 balls with 3 fours and 3 sixes. And Netherlands had really, I mean, Ireland were absolutely stunned there in the park, and Ireland were dismissed from the T20 World Cup by Netherlands, with Netherlands winning the match in a scintillating style, I thought, by 6 wickets. 193 for 4. Baresi was not out 40 of 22 balls with 3 fours and 3 sixes, and Netherlands getting into the Super 10s along with Bangladesh after the qualifying phase. And today was the end of the qualifying phase of the T20 World Cup. Let's have a look at the bowling figures as far as the Irish bowlers are concerned. The Irish bowlers were absolutely caned. Sterling 2 overs for 24 runs. Andy McBride 4 sixes hit off that with this first over that he bowled, 24 runs, no wicket. Murtag 3.5 overs, no maiden, 1 for 47. Cusack 1 over for 22. Kevin O'Brien 3 overs, none for 29, and Dockrell cleaned up, taken to the cleaners by Cooper, 3 overs, no maiden, 1 for 43. Well, Steve Mygert was the one who actually hit that electric 50, making 63 of 23 balls with 4 fours and 7 sixes, and also went on to make the second fastest T20 50 in just 17 balls. Such was the power hitting, such was the real punch that Stephen Myberg was showing against the Irish bowlers. And well, really, I would say congratulations to the Netherlands for doing so and creating another upset here in the T20 World Cup today. And also my I would say I feel sorry for Ireland, because Ireland would have never expected this. But today, absolutely, I would say the unthinkable happened as far as Ireland were concerned. Well, so now before I go on to the match against Zimbabwe and United Arab Emirates, I would like to talk about the game between India and Pakistan. Now, as you know, Pakistan have never won against India in any World Cup match till date. And today, that particular record was kept absolutely intact by India. And as you know, Pakistan beat India in the Asia Cup. But as I said yesterday, the presence of Mahendra Singh Dhoni will make a lot of difference, and that definitely did. Now, that was a very good ploy on India's part to go with 3 spinners in this particular pitch, and what they did was absolutely right. It was also a very good toss to win for Mahendra Singh Dhoni. And today it was the debut it was a T20 debut for Mohammad Shami, and Mohammad Shami, I thought he bowled well. As far as Pakistan were the ones who batted first, they made 130 for 7. They really struggled. As I said, India on this pitch, which was really affording some turn and bounce, it was a good judgment on the part of the Indian skipper Dhoni to go with 3 spinners. They had Amit Mishra, who was the man of the match, bowling 4 overs, 122 runs and 2 wickets. Jadeja, 4 overs, 1 for 18. And then they had, and they also had Ashwin, who started off bowling operations, bowling 4 overs, none for 23. And you know, Mahendra Singh Dhoni, as I said, makes a big difference, not only as a captain, as also the wicket-keeper. As you know, in the Asia Cup, it was Dinesh Karthik who muffed a lot of chances. But Dhoni, as you know, what a wonderful keeper he is. Now, as far as Pakistan were concerned, they batted first. They were in early trouble, initially losing. Kamran Akmal was looking pretty good, I thought, was run out for 8 of 10 balls with 2 fours. After that, it was Mishra who came in and picked up 2 wickets pretty quickly by sending, in fact it was Jadeja who picked up the wicket of Mohammad Hafiz, who tried to hit a ball from Jadeja, which was turning away, and he hit it to the deep, and he was gone for 15 of 22 balls with 1 4. Shahzad was totally fooled by Amit Mishra as Dhoni whipped off the bails. He was gone stumped by Dhoni with the bowling of Mishra for 22 of 17 balls with 2 fours. After that, it was left to Umar Akmal, who played a good hand in contributing 33 of 30 balls with 2 fours, being a victim of Mohammad Shami getting his first T20 international wicket. Shoaib Malik showed some good, I would say, he played very well against the Indian spinners and contributed 18 of 20 balls with 1 4 and 1 6. And then Shahid Afridi was really kept quiet. So it was very difficult for Pakistan to wriggle out of it, because the Indian spinners had really spun a web around them, and it was very difficult for Pakistan to score. And look at the result. Pakistan were kept to 130 for 7 of their 20 overs by some very tight spin bowling from the Indian bowlers. So Maqsood was the one who actually in the final over went after Mohammad Shami and hit him probably for 14 runs, and he was run out on 21 of 11 balls with 2 fours and 1 6, and Pakistan finished on 130 for 7 of their 20 overs. Now 130 for 7, it didn't look like a challenging total, but as you know, in India and Pakistan matches, it so happens that every match goes down to the wire. But this match was very comfortably won by India. The openers started off in a good manner. They put up a decent partnership in the sense they put on 54 for the first wicket in 8 overs, Rohit Sharma and Shikhar Dhawan. Even though Shikhar Dhawan was not looking pretty convincing in his knock of 30 of 28 balls with 5 fours, nevertheless he definitely forced Mohammad Hafiz, the Pakistan captain, to remove Saeed Ajmal out of the attack when he hit him for 3 fours in 1 over, and Saeed Ajmal was removed from the attack. Rohit Sharma, well, he played some classy strokes. One of the 6 that he hit was so effortlessly done that he just took a step down and lofted Umar Gul over the straight screen for a 6. His contribution was 24 of 21 balls, 1 4 and 2 sixes. And for India, after the partnership of 54, from 54 suddenly India started losing wickets. First they lost the wicket of Shikhar Dhawan, who was caught by Ajmal of the bowling Umar Gul for 30. Then they lost Rohit Sharma, who was Saeed Ajmal was brought into the attack when Shikhar Dhawan was out. and Saeed Ajmal immediately picked up the wicket of Rohit Sharma for 24 of 21 balls by clean bowling him, and then Yuvraj Singh came in, and Yuvraj Singh on his comeback had a very terrific, I would say he had a dismal match, because in 1 over that he bowled, he gave away 13 runs. And as far as the bat is concerned, Bilawal Bhatti bowling his first delivery to the Indian batsman really hit the base of the off stump of Yuvraj Singh, and Yuvraj Singh was a goner for 1. And India suddenly, Pakistan had really pulled it off, in the sense they had from a situation where India were sailing smoothly at 54 for no loss, was suddenly finding themselves at 65 for 3 when Yuvraj departed in the 11th over. But after that, there was nothing that the Pakistani bowlers could do, because the man on strike was the man who has been in pink form for quite a long time now, Virat Kohli, and well, he was joined in by Suresh Raina, and both of them, as you know, they are very, very good players of spin. They negated whatever was there by playing the spinners very well, and that's what they did. They tackled Shahid Afridi and Saeed Ajmal in a nice manner, and they also really gave some caning to Umar Gul, and well, it was, as I said, it was a very good partnership. After that, India had no trouble at all. After that, the only thing that India could think of was victory, because 66-run unbeaten partnership, and that was all over, with Virat Kohli finishing on an unbeaten 36 of 32 deliveries with 4 fours and 1 6, and Suresh Raina also showing that he's a different player now, as he has mentioned before this T20 World Cup, that India will be seeing a different Suresh Raina, and one definitely saw that today, with Suresh Raina contributing an unbeaten 35 of 28 balls with 4 fours and 1 6, and the end, the victory was a pretty easy one for India, with India getting to victory, getting to a 7-wicket victory on their first match in this T20 World Cup, and they have begun in grand style, because this was a very, very important match for them, and in a tough group, I thought India have done themselves a lot of good by beating Pakistan in the first match and winning by 7 wickets. So 131 for 3 was the final tally for India in 18.3 overs. As far as the bowling was concerned, Hafiz, I thought, bowled well, 3 overs for 14. Junaid Khan, 3 overs for 23, but Saeed Ajmal, 4 overs, 1 for 18. After Shikhar Dhawan put him for 3 fours, I thought Saeed Ajmal came back very well. Umar Gul, 3.3 overs, no more than 1 for 35, was something that Pakistan have to work on, because Umar Gul was totally, his line was totally odd today. Shahid Afridi, 3 overs for 24, and Bilawal Bhatti bowled 2 overs for 17. And India take 2 points from Group A, and this was the first match for India in the Group 2, and well, India has beaten Pakistan by 7 wickets. So that is the match which happened. Now, just talking about the first match that happened, just looking at it in a brief manner, it was United Arab Emirates versus Zimbabwe, and United Arab Emirates was playing their last match of this particular T20 World Cup, and United Arab Emirates, they found it very, very difficult against the Zimbabwe bowling, and they finished at 116 for 9 of their 20 overs. Principal contributors were the UAE captain Khurram Khan, 26 of 27 balls with 3 fours, and Swapnil Patil making 30 of 26 balls with 5 fours, and towards the end, Kamran Shahzad contributing 21 of 15 balls with 1 4 and 2 sixes. And as I said, the Zimbabwe bowling was pretty sharp. Utseya 4 overs, none for 18. Chatara bowled 2 for 21. Panyangra was a bit costly, 3 overs for 23. Mushangwe was also costly, 2 overs for 23. 4 overs, 3 for 15 for Sean Williams. And there was a surprise packet, I would say. Sikandar Raza was another surprise packet, 3 overs for 15 runs and 2 wickets. As far as Zimbabwe were concerned, Zimbabwe had to score that because this was the first match played, and they had to score that at a pretty rapid rate to really keep their chances alive, and they definitely did that. But let me tell you, Zimbabwe, in the quest of actually making quick runs, they really lost their way, because they had 5 of their batsmen back into the pavilion with the score on 63 after 9 overs, even though they were going at a rate of 7 runs per over, which was much above the normal rate they needed. But what was more important was that Zimbabwe had to get a good net run rate, and they had to really go after the Zimbabwean take up the UAE bowling by the scruff of its neck. but they kept on losing wickets, with Masakadze out for 2, Sikandar Raza out for 9, Brendan Taylor, the captain, was dismissed for 15, Sean Williams was out for a duck, and Sibanda was out for 16. But all those, Sibanda was out for 16, and then it was left to Elton Chigumbura and Maruma. And Elton Chigumbura, as you know, he's a great hitter of the ball, and once he gets going, nothing can stop him. And that's what precisely we saw today, with Chigumbura really going after the Zimbabwean bowlers, going after the United Arab Emirates bowlers, and making them look like sitting ducks, with an unbeaten knock of 53 of just 21 balls, with 6 fours and 3 sixes, and Maruma contributing 22 of 14 balls with 3 fours, and Zimbabwe went to the target of 117 with a run rate of 8.63 runs per over, thanks to Elton Chigumbura, who slammed the ball into all parts of the ground. And then as far as the wickets were concerned, 2 for 18 for Guruge, who bowled well. Especially the reason that UAE got the wickets was because Zimbabwe went after the bowling and to give up a good run rate, and Elton Chigumbura was named man of the match. Again, the match against India and Pakistan, it was actually Amit Mishra who was named man of the match for his very good leg spin bowling. And against, as you know, Myberg was the man of the match as far as Netherlands and Ireland were concerned. So congratulations to Ireland and Netherlands for qualifying from Group B for the T20 World Cup 2014, and also congratulations to India for once again keeping their record intact of beating Pakistan in every World Cup match, every match that has been played in the World Cup. So Pakistan have to definitely still wait to actually beat India in a World Cup match. So I would say the hoodoo still continues for Pakistan. One has to really wait to see when is the day, which is the day that is going to come when Pakistan Pakistan would be actually breaking this hoodoo, because as you know, this has been happening for quite a long time. Like Pakistan have been defeating India in all the matches, in the sense they beat him in the Asia Cup, but as far as World Cup is concerned, that is something for Pakistan. It has been something like a taboo for them. It has been haunting them, and it has been very difficult for Pakistan to get even a single win against India in any World Cup match. Well, dear fans, friends and subscribers, on this note I am ending my cricket show, but telling you that tomorrow is Saturday. It would be a late cricket happening show from your host Ram, and the matches that we are talking about tomorrow is, as you know, now the World Cup proper has really started. We are into the Super 10s, as you know, and well, the match which is going to be played tomorrow one is between South Africa and Sri Lanka, and England are taking on New Zealand. Well, I'll be back with a full match report, or probably a match summary on both these matches. And as you know, cricket happenings is pretty late on Saturday. Once I come back from my work, I'll be giving you the cricket happening show. That's it from me, your host Ram, for the cricket happening show for today. See you all tomorrow. Until then, it's goodbye. Thank you.